The warmest welcome at sea. Ambassador Cruise Line brings you the World Indoor Bowls Championship. Because moments matter.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Ambassador Cruise Line World Indoor Championships for 2026. We are with you live from Potter's Resorts here in Hopton-on-Sea. This afternoon we have the open singles match between number 4 seed Paul Foster MBE and Hartlepool qualifier Mark Higgins. But for now, let me hand you back to the International Arena and our fantastically handsome MC, Mr. Jack Jenkins.
Well, thank you very much, Graham. Yes, welcome back to the International Arena here at Potter's Resorts. Let's bring out the players for this afternoon match. First out, we have a man who qualified through the PBA competition at Hartlepool to make it here for his debut here in the World Championships. Put your hands together for England's Mark Higgins. His opponent is from Scotland with 19 WBT titles to his name. He is 5 times former world singles champion. Welcome out, world number 4 from Scotland, Paul Foster, MBE. Going to hand you back up to Graham Irving-Cole in the commentary box.
Thanks, Jack. This afternoon I'm joined by Gary Willis, who is High Performance Manager in Australia. Gary, welcome and thanks for joining us here this afternoon.
Thanks, Graham. Thank you very much for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, pleasure to have you. This afternoon, as Jack says, we've got 2 players playing here. Paul Foster, MBE, who needs no introduction. 5 times singles world champion against the qualifier from Hartlepool, Mark Higgins. How do you see this game going?
Well, I guess it's a funny old game, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen. You've got to be out there on the dance floor to have a chance, and that's exactly what Mark's got here. Obviously, Paul highly decorated, as we know, and playing super bowls in the pairs. So he's had a really good lead in. So Paul's obviously going to be hard to beat.
Yeah. So as high performance manager and coach, you've coached for many years. What would you, if you were Mark's coach, what would your final words have been before he went out there to play?
Oh, I think it's just focus on the process and just concentrate on the basics. You know, to get the basic things right, the little things right, and go from there. Find a little bit of rhythm, find some touch, and he's obviously here. He's obviously a very good player himself, and he can match it with anybody. So.
Yeah, but I think it'll be an interesting match. I think just for Mark, it means not to panic and just to settle in quickly, because obviously Paul's not going to be too far away. Obviously qualified for the Open Pairs final yesterday, so his CV is just remarkable.
It certainly is, and continues to grow, doesn't it? You know, the longevity of that record, and I think there's more left in him yet. So it's a remarkable achievement so far. Good shot.
So a good adjustment from Mark.
Paul looks like he's corrected here. He's just got to hang on a fraction. It's a handy bowl, not quite
on green.
Quite the shot.
So it's the same sort of bowl here from Mark. Just the format of the singles games. If you're joining us for the first time on our Facebook and YouTube channels, it's 2 sets of 9 ends. If it's level after both sets, we then go to a 3-end tiebreak. There is a 30-second shot clock. The players are allowed 5 timeouts throughout both sets, and they can call for a timeout at any time they like.
And Paul's on a higher line here. He's very close. If he has the weight, if he's got the run. That's a good shot. He's going to stand up.
1 red.
Yep, last ball shot from Paul. Just looking to come a yard further, I would think, than his last delivery.
Yeah, he doesn't need to change a great deal. His line was fantastic. Beats his own bowl, he's in. Little touch of the jack, he's made 2. I think he's just pressed on this a bit, Graham. Running through. Little chance for Paul to capitalise on this now. Little toucher himself could make a 3. Trails at a couple of inches. A line also.
Yeah, just slightly over.
1 shot, Paul Foster.
So Paul Foster takes the opening shot here
Set
in the
score
opening end.
1-0 after 1 end.
This, of course, is the second game of this afternoon session. We do have another game this evening at 7:30, where Robert Paxton will be playing Zvika Hadar, who's played 2 qualifying games already here this week to get to the last 32. Zvika played probably the shot of the tournament so far
Unbelievable
yesterday.
shot, wasn't it? Yeah.
Did you see it?
Oh, I did see that, yeah. It was
That went
fantastic.
25 metres.
I actually watched his first game too. He was very up and about and a funny character. Yeah. Played really good.
I commentated in both his games, and I'm commentating tonight as well. So
Good start there from Paul. He's zoning in. It's like a pet length, isn't it? That 25 metres, around that 24, 25 metres. He loves that. He's lethal.
that's a skill in itself. He was in commentary this morning, and I think we'd spoken in the past during the commentary from the start of the tournament about casting the jack, and how players don't do that when they're practicing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a key element, isn't it? You know, when you can control that length, and if you find a length that works for you and you can continue to throw the jack there, it's such an advantage. Another good shot from Paul Foster once again. I don't know what it was like in the Northern Hemisphere, Graham, but when you started out as a youngster, it was always take out a bucket of jacks and start with those first. You didn't get a bowl in your hand for quite a few sessions back in those days.
When I started, yeah, that's what it was.
Good correction there. Good correction from Mark.
That was in the dark ages, right?
It certainly was. It certainly was. Paul would just look to beat Mark's bowl here, just past the jack would be handy, and counting, just apply that pressure. He slipped through for another counter, but it is in a good home. At least he's got a bowl past the jack now, which is good.
18 inches past jack high.
Yeah, Mark will just be looking to reach short balls here.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to try anything too fancy, he just needs to draw the shot, but I think he's pushed this wide.
Maybe just a ball or so high. So Paul with a chance here to draw a third. His front ball's fallen down, but I don't think that's made any difference.
Nice line once again. Just got to cease.
The ball just missed
through.
that.
Seemed to be on a slightly higher line, but it turned all the way back to his previous bowl, same bowl.
Yeah, I think the players are saying that with the new carpet there is quite a considerable difference from a swing to the ball.
Mark's elected to attack this on his forehand, and he's underneath, unfortunately. Be 2 to Paul Foster.
2 shots, Paul Foster.
Set score 3-0 after 2 ends.
Couple of nervy ends there from Mark, Graham, by the looks of it.
He did say, but we were speaking to him before he went out, and he said, no, he was nervous, and that's expected. That's just how he handles the nerves when he first starts. But a long way to go.
Certainly is.
And as you said, Paul's very consistent with this 23, 24 metre jack.
Fine, Jamie. Jack length 23 metres.
Yeah, he'll keep throwing that length and keep applying that pressure as long as he's finding that first bowl and getting that, you know, in the area to apply the pressure to Mark. He'll continue to do it all night. So Mark can expect that to keep coming.
We've had obviously started playing the background music this year at the World Championships, and it's from some comments on Facebook and YouTube, people like it, people don't like it. Australia is a country where it's pretty much,
I think we'd be lost without it.
You'd be lost without it now.
Yeah, I think it just creates that. It creates that atmosphere, and I've heard a lot through, you know, commentary and talking to the players that, you know, they love it because the crowd can be involved. They don't have to sit there in silence, and they can actually have conversations and chat about the game, which is great. You know, they can be involved. So I think it's a really good thing. Yeah.
It's a good opener from Mark after his last end. Taking advantage of Paul's first shorter than expected ball.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I've seen that a lot over the last few days, and talking to the players, the jack may be running on a little bit further than the first bowl, and often you'll find that when it does scoot through or the jack comes out of the hand and feels a certain way, you play your first bowl very similar, or judge judge your first bowl off the jack, and that seems to
well played here.
Good shot again, Mark.
2 green.
That will hopefully have settled him down.
Yeah, I think sometimes you just need a couple of good bowls like that, don't you? And then win an end, and then all of a sudden the nerves break away and you find a bit of a rhythm. So hopefully that's the case for Mark. Paul's on a good track here, though. His bowl stands up. He'll be very close to shot.
Yeah, that will be shot.
1 red.
Yeah.
Switching back to his backhand. Just try and draw a toucher here. He's stalking it.
Yeah, just looking to come down to the ball. Movement in the jack, so bonus. He's very close here.
Some turn. He's drawn these shot.
Well played.
Fall down, maybe 2. It's a very good shot. Excellent shot.
1 green.
And this could be the end that settles Mark's nerves. I'd imagine Paul will be far away here.
He's on a very good arc. He's just got to drop down.
Yeah, he's drawn the shot.
And he has. Great shot. Excellent shot, Paul Foster. And pressure back on Mark.
Absolutely. Just when you think you could settle to this end. And that's the reason why Paul Foster MBE has so many world titles.
He's just got to play the same ball here, Graham. Really, he's just got to, you know, he's got options here. He's got chances if he gets any touch on the ball or the jack.
Likes it. Just going to hang, I think.
Just going to hang
1
with
shot,
the weight.
Paul Foster.
Yeah, so another shot to Paul Foster, but a much better end there from Mark Higgins.
Yeah,
he grouped a couple of balls, so that was good.
So, obviously Mark's here for the first time. the pleasure of commentating last night on the Australian Jack McShane. So credit to himself, his family and his country last night. I think his attitude and his whole demeanour on the rink was brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're really proud of him, Graham. I think, when you take everything into consideration for the travel out here, 30, 35 hours on, planes, airports and trains, and he probably had about 50 minutes in total on the rink to sort of, get a feel for the rink. And then, you've got the added pressure of the crowd and the TVs and all that sort of stuff. I think he handled himself tremendously well. And he was quite happy this morning. He was quite upbeat. He was happy. Obviously disappointed in some of the aspects. He thought he could have done better, and the result he was quite disappointed with. But also at the same time, he was aware of how good a player Mark is, and full respect to Mark, and he's just such an outstanding player. So, no, really proud of Jack and how he held himself.
Good. I'm sure we will see him back here in years to come.
3-inch gap.
I'd be very surprised if we don't.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I think, if he keeps on track and going about it the same way he is at the moment, he should be around for quite some time. He's certainly a quality fella, and he's very humble and respectful. So he's everything you want to see in a representative, really. So yeah.
Another good ball here from Paul Foster.
That's fantastic from Paul Foster. He's just poked that jack out a little bit, made the target a little bit fatter, but fantastic bowl all the same.
Mark will just be looking to drop about 4 feet or so here. Gary says that last ball's just sort of popped the jack out a bit. Just his weight holding him past here.
2 red.
I think it's really tempting, Graham, when you see a target like that, just to press on it a little bit, isn't it? And then you miss your line, and then all of a sudden you've...
I think, and the difference this year, Gary, with the carpet is, with it being completely new, everything being completely new about it, the sort of timing shot was maybe not a shot you could play
3 red.
last year and in previous years, but this year, at certain lengths, that is a shot that bowlers can play.
Yeah, it's certainly a difficult shot, and this particular rink seems to be quite a nice speed, so that in-between shot is extremely difficult, isn't it? Very weight sensitive.
Yeah.
He's backed it off a little bit here. He's on a good
closer.
line.
Closer here. Paul
Very
sent
good
well
effort.
played.
Good shot. Well played.
Paul Foster called that halfway up the carpet. Regardless of whether or not it's shot, it was a fantastic ball.
It's probably going to be hard. It looks very nice to try and lift that bowl, but there's no way at it. So he's just back on the draw.
Just by the draw here.
It's back down to the bowl.
He's within. He's very close.
Any turn. What a shot. Fantastic. Paul's played four fantastic shots there.
He has, yeah.
Mark will have to switch over and play the same here.
Yeah. Change of hand. Just follow Paul down. Down to the bowl. He can use the front bowl. Pull the jack slightly as well.
What's his weight, Graham?
Speedy, he's clicking. I can hear him clicking his fingers.
One shot, Paul Foster.
You're trying to change something, isn't it? So another one to Paul.
Set score 5-0 after 4 ends.
So, still plenty of time left in this set, but Mark just needs to stay focused, try and get himself on the board so as he can get altering the jack himself. So the role of high performance manager, Gary, how did that come about then?
So I've been in the coaching system for high performance for Bowls Australia for about 15 years now. So started off as like a state-based training, so like a county-based training coach for our up-and-comers coming through, and then ended up in the national assistant coach's role, and now the national coach / performance director. So it's been a long journey, but one that I've sort of still played bowls a little bit to a certain level. Another great shot from Paul Foster there, but also just really focused on that coaching role now, and been very lucky, extremely fortunate to watch young players like Jack McShane come through our system and our program, and end up on stages like this is just fantastic for me as the coach and as a program director to see that happen. Those types of stories happen. So. I guess the playing background and then just sort of transitioned into the coaching role is how it all came about. So.
Good. Yeah. So Mark just slightly over. Good attempt though. Yeah, it must be really, really satisfying to see something like that happen. If you've been involved for that length of time, you've came in at a different level and worked your way through to where you are now. What's your ultimate goal then as in the position that you're in for your country?
We've obviously got a big Commonwealth Games coming up soon, so that's a high priority for us, and focus on just getting our players prepared. There's a big selection process we have to go through. Mark just under with perfect weight. He's just searching, Graham, isn't he? Just can't really nail that either way.
Scratching about at the moment.
Yeah, so Com Games is our focus, and one of the most awful aspects of the job is selection and getting through that process, and players are deflated, and they work so hard that it's devastating to see that happen, but it's the nature of the beast. So that's high priority for us now is to get that team selected and then focus on them doing well. So.
Yeah, and that selection is slightly more pressure this time because there's less participants.
Yep.
But obviously delighted that bowling's still within the remit of the Commonwealth Games.
Absolutely, yeah. Very lucky, very fortunate to still be in there as a sport, which is a huge showcase for our sport on that stage, isn't it? So
just going to slip under here again. Just not missing his line by much, but just enough.
It's one of those situations, isn't it, where you're desperate to try and get a shot, so you start to try and manufacture something instead of just having the mentality of just drawing the shot. Just draw the shot, just try and
keep
get
being
it
natural.
Yeah. Paul's going to draw second.
Somebody asking there how Greg Harrell got on. Greg beat Michael Stepney by 2-0, and he'll move into the last 16.
Played extremely well, Greg, from what I saw. Yeah.
Doesn't
not
like
happy.
this either.
No, he's shaking the head. I don't think
he's just going to. I don't think he's throwing it.
Two shots, Paul Foster.
Set score 7-0 after 5 ends.
So, Paul Foster with a 7-0 lead. 5 ends gone. And I see as well that you've been twice National Coach of the Year, is that correct?
Yes, I think they had a short list that year, Graham. No, I've been very lucky and been part of some really good teams over the years that have contributed to those sorts of things. You never look for those things as a coach, but been very fortunate to be part of it, as I say, for the last 15 years, and hopefully many more. Another good start from Paul Foster. Mark really needs this end, doesn't he, now?
He does. Just been sort of scratching about the last couple of ends.
Good line, he sees it cease. He's a couple of feet through. Paul just look to turn his bowl over or get to that back bowl of, or inside of Mark's last bowl. Done it pretty well.
Yeah, he's very close here.
Around the back of the jack. Good shot. Mark sticking on the draw.
Yeah, I think we kind of spoke about this in previous games where somebody's maybe perhaps been struggling to get weight or line, and maybe just sometimes taking a risk and playing through just to release a bit of tension.
Back ball.
Absolutely. I think that was a really good opportunity with his second bowl just to do exactly that, Graham. To, you know, he had a clean jack there that he could have, and just loosen up a little bit, you know. I think you're spot on. I think he's going to be really struggling to try and get out of this one if he doesn't start to have a look at something else.
I think he's going to have to play through this now.
There is a chance for all three bowls there.
If you get the three of them,
yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. After it. Attacking on the forehand.
Just over. Just a fraction high.
Yeah, and probably not the right side to miss it on either, is it? You know,
no.
You miss it on the other side, he's got a lot going for him. That's a pretty good setup there for Paul. I think he just needs to get back now and
just be looking for cover here.
Doesn't want to make it any easier than it already is.
No, just cover the spot here. Comes to tee, covers both spots. I would reckon that's maybe Mark coming again. Misses on the other side this time. So it's 3 shots to Paul Foster.
3 shots, Paul Foster.
Set score 10-0 after 6 ends.
I think as well we kind of spoke during the weekend commentary as well about it gets to the stage where the harder you're trying, the worse you seem to perform. Again, I'll put the pressure on you. So what would, you know, if you could speak to Mark at this moment in time, what would you be telling him?
25 metres.
Yeah, probably again, just, you know, as I mentioned at the start of the game, is just focus on the basics and really try and, you know, nail that first bowl. And if it's not working, you know, don't be afraid to use aggression to try and turn things around or loosen your shoulders up. I mean, right at this stage now, he's obviously, you know, he's still a chance to win, probably an unrealistic chance at winning the set. But there's still other things that he can do with these 3 ends around getting himself ready for the next set too, you know. So I wouldn't mention that to him at this stage. No. You know, he's still got a chance, but I think it's just really knuckling down to try and get that first bowl on the jack and find a way.
And we always say as well that, you know, if you are struggling, you just try and keep the set going for as long as you possibly can.
Yeah.
The joy of set play, of course, is we go back to 0 at the start of the second set.
It's a new game, isn't it? So, yeah, there's always opportunity there.
But Paul Foster certainly turning the screw.
I think sometimes, Graham, you just have to breathe, don't you? You just have to, you know, just stand back and, as you said, take a little bit longer. Take a bit more time, just take a few big deep breaths and try and settle yourself.
Closer this time.
Okay.
Good
shot. 1 green.
Ball's not far away.
Paul's just got to be
not going to let go, is he?
No.
Yeah. Good shot.
1 red.
Same bowl for Mark. Touch a jack. Rest on the bowl.
Yeah, lots of options there. Ideally, the jack's what he's looking for. Touch the ball out. Went to a good home though.
Yeah, it did just again when you just press on with that weight. It's just very hard to get that line, isn't it? No, Mark struggled to get that line, play that shot. He just draws the shot, it's the same bowl, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
an inch touch on the jack. Or Paul doesn't need to do anything fancy
He's just
here.
going to cover here. His line, the set at the moment.
Just about perfect. Reaching
lost
weight
it.
again.
Yeah.
1 shot, Paul Foster, and first set.
So Paul Foster takes 1 shot there on the 7th end of that first set, and he takes that set 11 shots to nil.
The warmest welcome at sea. Ambassador Cruise Line brings you the World Indoor Bowls Championship. Because moments matter.
So if you fancy getting yourself a nice cruise and a 10% discount using bowls in capital letters 10, then go to ambassadorcruiseline.com website. Ambassador Cruise Line are now including Caribbean Fly cruises with this 10% discount as well. That's just been a new addition today. And remember that there's cruises on the 12th of February going to the Norwegian fjords and to Portugal, where you get half price drinks packages. So, ever been on a cruise?
I've never been.
Never
been, Graham.
Never been.
Yeah.
There's
It sounds
an
good.
An ideal opportunity for you to book something just now.
It sounds fantastic.
We'll even give you a 10% discount.
And the more you drink, the more you save, by the sounds of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, it's just a matter for Mark to reset here. Somebody asking why the marker sprays the bowls. It's just so that if that ball goes into the ditch during live play, it still counts. Obviously, if it goes out the confines of the rink, it's dead, the same as any other ball. But it's just to identify that it's touched the jack in its original travel. So just looking to drop a yard, 4 feet.
He's found his line just over weight. You really feel from him in this instance. Like Paul's really applying the pressure, and Mark's really scratched around to try and find his weight. You just got to persist and grit your teeth, and
You've just got to keep going and hope that you get a break.
another good shot there from Paul. No real targets. A little bit of room, so Mark just still on the draw in the forehand, just looking to drop 2 feet off his last bowl.
It's closer this time. Just needs to come underneath.
He's got it solid.
Second shot, it doesn't make it any worse.
Not all bad. Yeah. Paul's got a bit of a decision to make here too. He's got the 2 backs against him. He's going back.
Coming to cover here. Do you think there's maybe a chance in that on the other hand now for Mark? just underneath the front red ball down to the short red ball?
I think, I think
just continue to play where he's been playing.
I think an aggressive play is the way to go here. I think, just change something up and try and, he's tried that weight several times just to arrive and it hasn't really worked for him. So I think he's going to try it again. But, I think I would have liked a more aggressive weight there. Or maybe slightly more aggressive, Graham. He's close.
Needs to hold just a little bit longer.
He's close. It's a good
Gets
shot.
the jack.
And
Coming through here to Paul's ball.
The backwood of Paul Foster.
So the shot ball, the last ball that Paul played, wins him the first end of this second set. A brilliant try there from Mark Higgins.
And at least he can take some positive away from that, Graham, so that's good.
Yes, and I think that's what he needs to start doing. It was a positive shot, positive weight to get the shot that you got. Just unlucky that it went too far.
I think that's key, isn't it? If it's not working, try something different. Don't be afraid to try something, As soon as he's got to win an end and change his length up and try his luck on a longer length if he gets that opportunity. Once again, Paul's thrown a 23.5 metre jack and finished about a foot away.
See what Mark does here.
I've got to say, Graham, I've been blown away by Potter's Resort.
Yes.
What a facility. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah.
So when did you arrive?
On Saturday. On Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, it's if you've never ever been to Potter's Resort, then you should make an attempt to come down. Not just for the ball. Obviously, the fortnight, 3 weeks of the bowling is fantastic. If you're a bowler and that's what you want to see, but it's a fabulous place. It's not just bowling that's there. There's different activities outdoor, etc. And I'm glad that you enjoy being here.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. The the service and everybody's friendly, but just the amount of things to do. And I'm sure a lot of people in Australia don't realise, what a bowls mecca this is, because it is very bowls centric. But there's so much more, cabaret shows, dances, bingo, trivia, shooting, go-karting, putt, pitch and putt. I just couldn't believe it when I started to look around and have a bit of explore the day after I arrived, and I thought this would be perfect for people from Australia travelling over here for a package. Yeah.
You need to promote Potters when you go back.
Yeah, I will. I am really blown away, but we've got some great shot here from Paul Foster.
Yeah, well played.
Fantastic. Yeah, we've got some great facilities and big clubs in Australia, but this is next level. It's wonderful. Okay, what can Mark Higgins do here?
He's just looking to try and draw a shot here down to Paul's last ball.
Got a good speed on a higher line.
Action high. Very, very fine margins between a perfect ball and a not so perfect ball.
Absolutely, yeah. Paul will just look to beat this wing bowl. He won't try anything too fancy. Any turn, and he has.
Yeah. Line 2 shots.
This is a big shot here for Mark. He needs to really draw this shot. Could be 3 down, Graham, is he?
It could be, actually.
Yeah, it could be 3 down, so he doesn't want to let this set just slip away from him too early. He's on a better line.
Just needs to keep turning. Glance off that. No. It's maybe enough for third shot.
Possibly.
So, 2 shots again for Paul Foster. So you kind of spoke briefly about the Commonwealth Games here. So what's the Australian preparation?
So we've got another. We've just reduced. So generally at the start of the year, the contractual year, we start with 10 men and 10 women in our open teams, and then also we've got a para squad as well. So we've just recently reduced the 10 down to 6. Not to say that the others aren't. They're still in the mix, but we've reduced it down to 6 for a test series in Malaysia in about 2 weeks' time. So,
okay.
From there, we'll then reduce it further down to 4, and we've got a test series set up with Scotland back in Glasgow in April. So from there, we'll pick our Com Games team of 3 men, 3 women, and the para component to head to Glasgow in July.
Good stuff. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's always nervous times. I think this is going to be, it's a great shot there from Mark Higgins. Very, very good start. Probably the best start he's had, Graham. So that's good to see. It is nervous times. I think with the format, it's very cutthroat. A one-end tie-break, very short games, 2 ends of 7 sets in the singles and 2 ends of two sets of 5 ends in the pairs. So, and Paul Foster's replied straight away. What a shot!
Just relentless at the moment.
Absolutely fantastic. Can Mark repeat the dose? So it's interesting times. I think there'll be a lot of upsets in these games with that format. So we've just got to try and work out the best ways to cope with that and strategies in place to get through tie breaks and those sorts of things. So it's a challenge. It's always good to have a challenge. But
I'm sure it'll be a challenge you'll meet head on.
Yeah, we certainly will. We'll try and we leave no stone unturned. We've obviously got some fantastic players in Australia, as have all the other nations, and I think one of the biggest things too is it's not restricted to 4 or 5 nations now. It's the other nations, particularly the Asian nations, Hong Kong, and the players are getting better and better. So it's far more competitive throughout the round robin matches as well as the medal matches. So. I think everyone will have their work cut out and earn their money this Com Games. So.
And I suppose in any sport, if a format's reduced to the way that you would normally play it, then the chances of getting a shock and an upset increase.
100%. Yeah. So you go from where the big nations are generally stronger in the 5, and then the alternate disciplines with the 5-person sides. But then when you reduce down to 3, it's the best 3 players from each nation. They're so good, So.
And the sort of reduction in the sort of game size as well, and the match length.
Yep.
That in itself could mean that there's more chance of an upset.
You get a bad start. Traditional formats of the game, players work their way into those games and and sort of peak at the right times and know how to measure themselves in those situations. Yes. Whereas this one, it's going to, if you're not on straight away, similar to how Mark started here, I guess, if you're not on, you're going to lose a match and potentially a medal chance. So it's very cutthroat for this Com Games. It'll be interesting.
Well, I do wish you in Australia all the luck when you come to Glasgow.
Thank you very much. We'll need our fair share of it, that's for sure. So, yeah. Paul's just going to stay away from this. He's got a really good, at least one from the angle we can see. He's just turning around to maybe catch this. He's nearly fallen in for a counter if he falls.
He won't be far away from another shot there, I don't think. Play through it.
Big weight from Mark.
Oh dear.
Just the one.
And coverage starts on the BBC from this Monday, so the 19th of January. It will be on BBC 2 with the first game broadcast, the Open Pairs final at 1 o'clock there will be red button availability for the morning session game on Monday, and World Bowls Tour Facebook and YouTube channels will still be streaming as well, so that will be shared on our channels.
Another standard start from Paul Foster. A big deep breath here from Mark.
Well played here, good start. Fall in, definite shot. It's a very good track here.
Not again, Graham, not again.
Yep.
Great shot, he's probably still down.
Mark's still holding on. Paul's going to come up and have a look at this. Mark's coming to a good home here.
He's played 2 good shots here, Mark.
Falls in. Yeah, 2 really good balls from Mark Higgins at the start of this 4th end.
That ball may keep Paul on that forehand now. You can get a little squeeze on the jack.
Yeah, it just needs to reach Mark's last ball, fall down.
Fall down on that, yeah, fall down on the jack would be perfect. He doesn't like it.
No, he doesn't.
He's just missed the line. Probably needed a couple of feet of weight.
Change of hand, going to cover the spot here, I think, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to build the target up at all, does he? He's got a pretty good one there. Be happy to hang on to that.
The last thing he wants to do is give the shot away himself. So,
or fatten the target up for Paul. Well, he's on a better line.
Yeah, and it's a hard one as well because you don't want to give Paul a second chance. Just slipping past.
The outside as opposed to the inside. It was a good effort.
So, just breathe here now for Mark. Don't do anything silly.
Yeah, he really wants to get control of this jack, doesn't he, and get away and hopefully nail his first bowl like he has on this end. Back on the forehand. Probably trying to sit or rest on his bowl.
Very close here. Just needs to keep running.
More turn. It's a very good effort.
Yeah, a great attempt.
Close for the second.
Going to measure, I think, for a second shot. Martin Jenkins is our umpire. I will use my favourite measuring tool.
Martin's got steadier hands than I have, Graham. I can see that from here.
Yeah.
He's solid as a rock, isn't he?
I think those size of calipers are one of the most difficult things to use. I think it looks like red.
Looks like a red, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yep. So
one shot, Mark Higgins.
Some encouragement from the audience.
Set score 4-1 after 4 ends.
It's been a while coming, but it has arrived. So, can he kick on now from that? So we certainly have a longer jack.
That's the easy
Jack
part
length,
done.
29 metres.
Now the hard part. Nail this first bowl over that longer length. Quite arrived, Graham. He's just left it behind a yard.
So, Paul obviously plays over in Australia. How is that tournament perceived? And I think it's fun to watch on social media channels.
The BPL?
The BPL.
Yeah. No, it's really good. It's I guess they create an atmosphere of, sort of a festival party sort of atmosphere in the venues that they have at Moama and Pine Rivers, where it's played twice a year. So. I think it's, the format similar to this, but it's triples, so it's actually rotating players. It may look like it's indoor from the TV, but it's actually an undercover outdoor, so the conditions make it quite hard. So, but no, it's been fantastic for our game in Australia, and obviously good for the sport. So, good shot here from Mark.
Yeah, good recovery from Mark after his first ball. Yeah, and just kind of touched on it at the start of commentary about the music. That's particularly where I see it in the BPL and the it's just like a party atmosphere.
It is. Good reply here from Paul Foster once again on the shot.
1 red.
It's been great to have Paul out there actually in the last couple of years. He's made a big difference with a new franchise, the Geelong Jets, and playing alongside Aaron Wilson and Jamie Lee Warsnop. I think he's really enjoyed it, and they've enjoyed having him over there, so it's been really good. Yeah. Unfortunately, Mark just completely missed his weight there, and Paul's going to apply more pressure.
I reckon he'll take advantage, which he does do.
Yeah, good shot once again.
3 red.
Need something special from Mark.
Just a good solid draw here.
Line seems good.
Line's very good. It's all down to pace from there now.
Just needs to stop.
It's just over, I think.
It's a good effort.
Well, on, it could be second shot.
One red.
Yeah, enough for second shot.
Red, so no change for Paul, same bowl. Draw the shot in his backhand to beat the last bowl of Mark's. If he gets any sort of touch on his bowl, lays it down, he could potentially make 2 or 3. And he's not far away. He's very close.
Doesn't want the jack.
Oh, that's a fantastic shot.
2 shots, Paul Foster.
Set score 6-1 after 5 ends.
So, Mark just needs to try and focus. Mark Higgins needs to win this end and win this set. Again, Paul just... I think we're going to measure this time.
Okay, we talk about Paul Foster's precision jack throwing. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. The last time this happened, it was 23. No shot this time. So, which means that Mark Higgins will get the chance to throw the jack to his own length. Wonder if he'll go full length again, or if he'll maybe go sort of 3/4.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
These new shiny jacks are certainly running, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and that's, you know, the new surface as well, as I think Paul said in commentary this morning, it just sort of glides over.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Mark's picked the length, but Paul's picked it with his bowl with another fantastic start here.
So what do you think of the new, we've got new tops this year. What do you think of the new tops?
I think they look fantastic. I actually really like the whole, all of the design around the green and the backboards and the uniform looks great. It's a really good visual, isn't it?
Yeah.
And am I right in saying that that's a new logo for?
It's a new logo for World Bowls Tour, yeah.
Yep.
So that's on the sort of side of the shirts, and it's on the back of the shirts as well.
Yep.
The red and the green shirts are available to purchase. The purple shirts that the umpires and markers are wearing, they're not at present. And obviously I've got the grey and black one, and there is an orange and black one as well.
Very nice, very nice.
The design in itself doesn't mean anything, it's just something that's been pulled together.
Yep.
Brilliant ball here from Mark, I think. Just need a shoulder. Stay up, I reckon he could be shot.
Measure for shot.
Measure for shot. Little smile there for Mark. He's thinking, what have I got to do? What have I got to do to get a shot here? Paul coming in at a very good angle again.
Very close.
Yeah, great shot.
One red.
I think Paul's just been relentless when Mark's not taking advantage of a situation. Paul's just, you know, increasing the pressure on him by playing another good ball.
He's doubled down on everything, hasn't he, really? Yeah, yep. He hasn't given Mark any opportunity to settle at all, but that's just the class player that Paul is. He's just so good.
Mark has 4 timeouts remaining.
On this rink.
Play through here, do you think? Onto his own front, short green ball.
Yeah, I think so. He's got a bit of a slide there on the backhand or through his green bowl, hasn't he? So there's no point being short of this at this stage. Attacking on the backhand. He looks under it, but may get a result. He doesn't.
The worst result possible for him.
It certainly was. Yeah, just need to spring that jack out somehow, didn't he? But it's not easy for him there now.
Raylene Barry asking me who is in the commentary with me. It's your very own Australian high performance manager and director. It's Gary Willis. So
Timeout called. Paul has 3 timeouts remaining.
don't think Paul needs to do anything special here. He doesn't want to plug a gap, make that target any bigger. He'll just be looking around the back here on the forehand and make Mark have to play something pretty special to get out of trouble.
Well, still got best back ball here, so...
All red. Correction.
Yeah, he's just sort of got to arrive on the forehand, Graham, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Just try and sit the bowl.
It's a harder shot to play. I think he'll maybe go.
So difficult now.
3 shots, Paul Foster.
Set score 9-1 after 6 ends.
I'm sure Mark will be
Jack length 25
suffering
metres.
at the moment out there, but I think it's, I mean, he's qualified to have the right to play here. By all accounts, the way he played at Hartlepool to win the qualifying event was phenomenal. So he just needs to sort of regroup himself and try and come through, you know, potential qualifying again next year. Still, of course, 3 ends left here. Anything can happen.
Yeah, I think Paul's just been too impressive on this occasion, and I guess you know, you don't win, you learn, and and Mark can take a lot away from it. So,
and I think when you come to this stage, it's about, yes, there is no doubt that you're a good bowler because you've qualified to get here, regardless of where you've came from. It's what you take from the experience,
100%.
How you implement that into your own game.
Yeah, totally agree. And what level, you know, get a feel for the level that you need to get to improve yourself. And he's certainly seeing that now in the quality that he's playing against here of Paul. Once again, another great shot from Paul Foster.
Good adjustment here. Well played, Mark.
On green.
Needs to score at least 2 here to keep the match going.
3 inches in front of Jack high.
You see Paul, he's not taking anything for granted. He's still asking questions. He's, you know, still utmost professional, making sure he's got everything right. He's not just going through the process. He's here to win.
So I'll play it again. It's going to fall out. So Mark's still lying 1. Yes, and that's, you know, I think from a perspective of those in the last 16, they'll treat everybody with respect that they're playing, and more so the likes of Paul, who's been through it, done it, won it multiple times. Another good effort here from Mark.
Another good shot. Just turn.
On green.
A wry smile on his face.
Good areas again, if he's got the legs. Paul Foster.
Well down.
Very good shot.
And match lie. Right, we'll come up here and look. There is a chance. Time Jack for a 2.
Mark has 3 timeouts remaining.
Just one down, Kenny, yeah?
Yes.
Needs a 2 to keep the game going.
Running on the forehand, he doesn't like it, he's under.
One shot, second set and match. Paul
So
Foster.
it's Paul Foster who comes through this game. Mark Higgins very, very unlucky and struggled, scratched about to find his weight and direction, but it's the 5 times champion Paul Foster, MBE, who makes his way into the next round by 2 sets to 0. We do have another game this evening at 7:30, where Robert Paxton will be taking on Zvika Hadar. That's at 7:30, and it'll be myself and Emily Ferguson in the commentary position. A big thanks to Gary Willis for joining me this afternoon.
Thank
Gary,
you,
I
Greg.
hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you all very shortly. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. But from now, from Hopton and Sea here at Potters, it's good afternoon.